Hey, welcome back, everyone, to another teachable moment on the Educational AD podcast. Before we have Dr. Troy come on and share her teachable moment for this week, just want to remind you that we are going to continue our flashback top 20 countdown tomorrow with our number 4 all-time most popular episode. Saturday at the conference, number 3, Sunday, our number 2 all-time, and Monday, our number 1 all-time episode will all air on the Educational AD podcast. Before we have Dr. Troy come on, we also want to have a shout out from our sponsors. Remember, these are all companies that I used as an athletic director. Great companies, and you should be using them too. Here we go. We want to say thanks to our friends at Huddle, and we also want to say thanks to our friends at Gipper. Gipper's the official social media graphics solution for the podcast. And if you go to Gipper.com, their team is going to show you how to create world-class marketing content to help you celebrate your athletes and your teams. Gipper's used and trusted by over 3,000 high school and college athletic programs across the country. It's professional graphic design made simple. Go to Gipper.com, check out their platform. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. Go to huddle.com and change the way you see the game. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school is a Huddle school, and our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided that let them coach our kids up to the highest level. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users, and turn your school into a Huddle school. We want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Go to their website and check out their interactive touchscreen, that's right, touchscreen video consoles. It's a great way to showcase your school record boards for all the teams, for all the sports, or your school's Hall of Fame, or simply tell more compelling stories about your school's diverse history and share your proudest moments. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We want to thank Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com. Their team is going to show you how to set up and sell your tickets online, and they're going to offer you more support, more security, and more customization. Hometown Ticketing is here to help you make the best online ticketing solution. Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo to see their score tables and their score boards in action. Their products not only generate income for your athletic department, but they also create the ultimate game day experience for your student athletes. You'll find it all at sidelineinteractive.com. We want to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is the official and exclusive high school and state association management platform. It's also your one-stop platform for things like scheduling, athletic eligibility and clearance, and all the things that go with that. You can also have your parents upload their forms directly so you don't have to deal with it. There's just so much to Home Campus, and you need to check it out. As an AD, I used Home Campus every day. Go to homecampus.com to see all the ways that they can help you. Homecampus.com. We want to say thanks to our friends at Snap Raise. Have you ever spent days and weeks with a fundraiser that just gave you little, if any, return? Stop right here. Go to snapraise.com/EDAD. Hands down, it's the best online fundraiser out there. We used it with great success, and so will you. It works. Go to snapraise.com. Also, check out their platforms like Snap Manage, Snap Sponsor, and a real cool one called FanX. You'll find it all at snapraise.com. And we want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. If you've never used a survey to take the pulse of your parents or your student athletes, you're really missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that is going to give you access not just to the small group that complain about everything, but they're also going to connect you to the 98% of your parents and student athletes that support your program. And that's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking with that frustrated parent or your principal or your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them help you take your athletic program from good to great. Welcome back, everyone, to another teachable moment with Dr. Mekia Troy. If you're new to this series, Dr. Troy is an athletic director. She's a certified master athletic director up in Georgia at Creekside High School. Very exciting time. We're recording this actually on December 11th, so you're going to be hearing it just before the NADC and just after the Creekside varsity football team plays for the Georgia State Championship. So, there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of pieces in motion. But Dr. Troy, welcome back to Teachable Moment. And what do you have for our listeners this week as we head into NADC?
Thanks so much, Jake. Glad to be here again. Of course, even with all the craziness of this week, this is still what we do. I'll probably have more content just based on the more recent weeks alone. But as we get ready to head to the NADC, I'm excited about that and seeing everyone in Orlando. I wanted to focus a little bit today on certification and how important I believe the certification is for us as athletic administrators. When I was a new athletic administrator, I got an email from a colleague that had his email signature had the letters RAA behind it. And I had no idea what that meant. So I just asked, hey, what does that mean? And he goes, I'm a registered athletic administrator. I'm thinking, well, that's cool. Where did that come from? Because at this point, I wasn't very familiar with the NIAAA. I didn't know what that was. But when he explained that he'd taken some classes as an AD and was able to earn that title, I thought, well, that's pretty good. I didn't know that existed, but this is a way for you to really show that you're doing something with this position. So I'd like to find out more about that. And I was able to. I figured it would be good to learn through these courses and grow as an AD and just to have some validation of a certificate on the wall, just so people walk in and see, hey, you're taking this job pretty seriously. When you see this RAA, CAA, CMAA, on the wall. And at that time too, I was pretty young when I started out as an AD. So I thought it also helped when some of those parents came in and with their insights and concerns, but to see that even as a younger person, I really put forth some effort to take this position seriously, and that I'd be the expert on campus with the information that I'd received by having certification. So I've seen some school districts that would pay for your LTI courses, and some would even pay for your certifications or give you bonuses. Maybe our district will hear this as I'm speaking and consider that, but some of the surrounding counties will give you bonuses for having the certifications. But it's good to know that people see the value in what it is that we do. I mean, throughout other professions where national certifications are available, they're highly respected. And we should want the same for us as athletic administrators. So for those of us that have attained these designations, we got to recognize too that our work isn't done. It is now up to us to make sure we're encouraging others to know how important it is to go out, take your courses, take the exams, do the project, and just push forward to show the importance of what it is that we do. Put this on your email signature, put it on your social media handle. Let it be a conversation starter when someone asks what those letters mean behind your name, because everybody doesn't know, but it gives you a chance to explain it to other school administrators, your district office, superintendent, whomever, so they recognize that we are athletic administrators and that this is serious work that we do in leadership. So it's on us to make sure that other people are getting that and have an understanding of it. Now, there's always workshops at the NADC that explain further about certifications and give you information and ideas. You have the opportunity to take more courses while you are at the conference to add up to each level of certification that's offered. So take advantage of those opportunities that are in person, which is great, but you also have the opportunity to do webinars and take some things online to make sure you get what you need. But most importantly, I think it's great to invest in yourself and to just push yourself to that next level of certification. I'm one that it took me a while before I even attempted the CMAA. I was CAA for quite some time, but it took the encouragement from other people, including you, Jake, that reached out and encouraged me to say, hey, you can do this. It seems so daunting, But the one thing that I think stuck with me the most was how many people said that you're already doing it. There's so many things that you're already doing in this profession, have already accomplished or done in your athletic department that could be used as your CMAA project. It's just about bringing it together and sharing it out. And once I took the time to do that, it really wasn't, wasn't that difficult. And it didn't take an extremely long time to get it done, but it also made me reflect on what we have accomplished here at our school within our athletic department. And it's good now to have an artifact that I can show others that this is what we've done here. And it helped me to attain this national level of certification. So I would encourage anybody, if you've been considering it, take the classes, get the designations, just get started. Just get started. If it starts with a couple of classes and your RAA, great. Put it on your business card, put it on your email signature, and just let folks know that you are putting effort towards professional development and growth in athletic administration.
Well, as a longtime member of the National Certification Committee, appreciate you sharing that. And I was very much the same way. I got involved with the NIAAA and my state association later in my career. I'd been a head football coach and an AD, probably more of a head football coach. But when I took that first course, it was actually offered by our state association during the summer. I was hooked. I mean, wow, this is just great. And the instructors were so great. I immediately took the rest of the required CAA courses online back through the old university, online course thing. And then flew to Dallas that year for my first NIAAA convention, took the CAA exam, and at that conference, sitting at an informal roundtable, got an idea for what turned into my CMAA project. And you're absolutely right. Just that whole process of creating and revising, and then sharing. And it's, as you said, you're sharing your journey as an AD, but you're also sharing the journey of your school and the coaches and the kids that make it up. Just great stuff. And I do remember when we first met, I think on the podcast, I said, well, okay, you got your CAA, what are you going to do for that CMAA? And here you are. Dr. Troy, you are, as we said, a certified master athletic administrator. You do workshops all the time. You're also on the national faculty. And it might be too late, but just in case it's not too late, if somebody wanted to sign up for your course at NADC, what course is that? And do you know off the top of your head when you're going to be teaching that?
Yes, we are 706. I believe we are Sunday afternoon, 706. It's coaching coaches to be leaders and educators. So it's a great course, great content. Check us out if you can. If not, I'm sure there'll be a webinar in the spring or online course in the spring. You can catch us then. But it's a great course. A lot of content that we as athletic administrators already deal with. And I think it's just good for us to have that reinforcement and to be able to, bounce ideas off of people from across the country, across the globe. There's a lot of international ADs that participate in NADC too, and we are all dealing with the same thing. So that's cool to see.
No, and I'll echo Dr. Troy's endorsement there. It is 706 is a great course. All the courses are great. Don't get me wrong. They are all great. 706, you're going to have a ton of talking points, you have a lot of information, a lot of resources to take back to your school and do what we do. We as ADs, we are the coaches of the coaches. I'm going to be teaching a couple classes too, Sunday afternoon. If you can't get into 706, the second middle school course, 701, will be offered. And then Monday evening, late afternoon evening, 700, the philosophy of middle school athletics. So make sure if you're not signed up for an LTI course, go online, try to add at least one to your schedule. And then there's going to be a ton of different activities throughout the weekend at Orlando. Dr. Troy, we didn't do this. If one of our listeners wants to reach out and pick your brain a little bit, and listeners, you got a great resource here. How can they best get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can find me on social media. It's at Dr. Troy Me. at DRTROYME, or send me an email, drtroyme@gmail.com. Be happy to be a resource in any way and pick up a couple of maybe new fans to cheer us on to victory, hopefully, for the state championship this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Tribe. How about that? Yeah. Dr. Mekia Troy, thanks so much for sharing with our listeners, and looking forward to seeing you in about a week at the NADC in Orlando.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
For listeners, we do this every single week, and we upload the Zoom recordings to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, we appreciate you listening. Come back next Thursday for another great teachable moment, and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Before we go, we do want to give a shout out once again to our sponsors. And these are all companies that I used as an athletic director. We encourage you to use them too. We want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com. Start creating world-class marketing content for your school's social media channel. We also want to thank Athletic Surveys by Lifetrack. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them help you take your athletic program from good to great. We want to thank Huddle. Go to huddle.com. Change the way you see the game. We'd like to thank Snap Raise. Go to snapraise.com. Hands down, the best fundraiser out there. We'd like to thank Home Campus. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every day. You're going to love it too. Go to homecampus.com for more information. We want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Thank you very much to Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com. And we'd like to thank Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their great products that'll help you bring your school's legacy to life. Thanks again for checking out this week's Teachable Moment. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.